of doubt. The world was in pain and negativity. You made us hold on to the positive thought. Hold on. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the light. Inspired both young and old with patience and mindfulness. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. This gift that you gave us is larger than life. To go ahead with confidence and smile, we thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. M for mindfulness, I for innovation, N for newness, L for loyalty, A for activeness. You gave us the direction. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the right. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you, oh MINLA, Meena ji and Lalit ji. We thank you for everything.
A very good afternoon, a good morning, and a very, very good evening to whichever part of the globe you're joining us from. A global namaste to all of you. Viewers, I have you all on the screen. I would love to see the videos on so I can actually see the people who joined in. Once again, a global namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you on this virtual session, which is an amazing 71st session being done by MINLA. MINLA started doing these sessions jointly, like Meena Ben and myself, Lalit Soda. We started the sessions at the beginning of the pandemic in the year 2020 in April, and really wanted to spread the happiness, love, inspiration, motivation to the globe. We wanted to do that because everybody was stuck indoors. Today, MINLA is truly delighted and so happy to have brought on a topic and two personalities who are so powerful in this particular field of organ donation, Ang Dan, as they call it. Today, we have one personality who works with the Jalaram Seva Trust and the Jalaram Mandir, and I just don't know with what hat can I describe him, because he wears so many hats and does so much for the community. And one of the big projects that he's taken on board is on organ donation. He is none other than our wonderful Pramod Bhai Thakkar. Who is Pramod Bhai? My goodness. You know, when I looked at his biodata, he has accreditations from so many organizations. The work he does is absolutely selfless, dedicated to the human race, not just humans, but he's helping so many people and also doing so much seva in many different fields. He is the healthcare consultant in the United Kingdom. He has the international project consultant. He has got ex-director for Meera Nursing Home. He's a board of trustees on the Jalaram Charitable Trust. He purchased the Jalaram Community Center and acquired planning permission in 2007, has been an a strong worker behind the foundation and the functioning of the Jalaram Mandir in Leicester. He was appointed as a trustee in 2019 with the BSUK. He is also a core committee of the Jain and Hindu donation systems. He's from 20 to 2021. He's been a member of the Jain and Hindu temples in Leicester and the mandirs in the United States. He's also a chairperson of the Jalaram Charitable Trust overseas, promoting the organ donation amongst the Jains and Hindus. And in 2021, the COVID period ensured various religious and community projects through social media. Pramod Bhai was a key member with that. He supports a lot of local charities, the homeless, and participates in multicultural activities. He's member also of the Leicester Councils of Faith. Where does this gentleman find all the time to do this? Only he and Jasuben know about that. So may I say, Pramod Bhai, a very warm welcome today on the MINLA Zoom session. And then I also want to introduce our lovely speaker. Our lovely speaker, Mr. Bharat Bhai Patel, who was born in the village of Njoro near Nakuru. He graduated from the University of Wales Institute of Science and Technology, specialized in the field of international tendering for the World Bank financed educational projects in developing countries, including Kenya. And he has a patient of a very lucky person, I would say, who has had donations of an eye and a kidney. He is a chronic kidney patient failure, and from him, there is a lot of inspiration that we are going to get today. And he also leads the organ donor lead Jalaram temple in Leicester. And he is a very, very, I would say, a humble human being who's coming out today and sharing his life story, how he would have been if there was nothing like organ donation. So Bharat Bhai, also a massive welcome to you on the MINLA Zoom session. We will both give you a chance to have a few words. But before we start the session doesn't get a kick till our super awesome lady, all the way from Nakuru, Kenya, gives this a key start. She is what I would like to say, the senior partner in the MINLA Zoom session. Meena Ben, welcome to MINLA Zoom. And if I may request you to formally welcome our guests and then let them have the chat session.
Sure. I have a challenge with my eyes today, so I'll be reading. Global Namaskar, Global Jambo to all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My cute cousin Lalit and myself, we are super excited to welcome you all on live MINLA Zoom session and those watching live on Facebook. Friends, do share our page now. Welcome most humble and kind giver, our son Pramod Bhai Thakkar, who made this session possible all the way from Nakuru. Welcome most humble and kind giver, our son Pramod Bhai, and welcome our Nakuru son, Joro son. And he's also from the school here, Menengai High Schools, if in case somebody knows, then made this crater city of Nakuru. He's our main speaker. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Flamingo and crater city of Nakuru, where Lake Nakuru is famous for wildlife and flamingos. We have oldest museum and old volcanic crater, now most famous for safari lady in Nakuru. Nakuru County is the one where world famous fastest runner like Eliud Kipchoge and Lady Faith are born in this world. We are number 1 in Africa. Biwi Nabwana. Let me introduce our backbone of this session, Dr. Lalit Soda. Dr. Lalit is chiropractor, world-class speaker and author. He believes in giving back to this society. He is also recipient of many awards, including Marwa Journalist Award recently. Thank you all. Welcome again. Over to you, Lalit Bhai. Before that, I would like to officially welcome our Pramod Bhai and Bharat Bhai. Bharat Bhai, this is for you. Jai Shri Krishna, and that's for you. And officially welcome to our session. And this is for you.
Thank you.
There is one Pramod Bhai. This is for you. Can you, yeah.
Pramod Bhai needs to be unmuted. Pramod Bhai.
Pramod Bhai, and spotlight him. These are the two boys from Nakuru, and I'm the third one. So I can't help but Pramod Bhai, that's for you. Thank you. Over to you, Lalit Bhai.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Meena Ben, for the formal welcome. Welcome, Pramod Bhai. Welcome, Bharat Bhai. Pramod Bhai, I'm going to welcome you on this Zoom session, and then Bharat Bhai also. But if Pramod Bhai, you can start the conversation. Pramod Bhai, as we have introduced him, wears many hats, and today he's going to wear the hat for organ donation and all the wonderful work they are doing with Jalaram Mandir. We need to make sure his message is being transmitted globally. Pramod Bhai, over to you.
Thank you, Lalit Bhai. Basically, it's not me, it's basically Jod, which is a Jain and Hindu organ donation, and we've got Kirit Bhai Modi and Prafula Ben on the Zoom as well. I mean, it's as a group, we all have been working on it since 2020, when the Act was passed, and we were invited to House of Commons, where Professor Nilesh, Lord Jitesh Gadya championed this whole project about Jod. We all realized then that there is a major problem within the Asian community, because we are a lot less, we are high takers but less receivers. And at that stage, Jod was formed, and Kirit Bhai, who's the chair, is on the Zoom. And we all got together and decided to form Jod. It's a very active body in London, working very hard since last 2 years. And one of the offshoots of that has been the Jalaram Mandir Leicester, where we decided to sort of really take this on board in Leicester, because there's a high Asian community which is really suffering as a result of not signing, because of result of, I would say, sorry, excuse my words, but ignorance. And we are trying to educate our Asians as to what organ donation law is all about. Basically, the law is very clear that you are opted in until you decide to opt out. There are a lot of issues in the beginning. Kirit Bhai and Prafula Ben and myself looked at this situation. And the main problem has been the myth about Hinduism and religion, that Asians do not want to sign up to organ donation because of religion reasons. So at the beginning, we went to all the religious leaders, asked them this question, and Ramesh Bhai Oza, the saints from BAPS, Anupam Mission, JJs, Giri Bapu, all of them have given recordings to their devotees that there's nothing in religion that says you cannot give organs. So that was the first point of call. And we started off by making clips on that and started putting out to our public. So we have all been working very hard since last 2 years. There's been a lot of videoing, there's a lot of clips, there are a lot of projects, which has been supported by NHSBT. And we have worked very closely working in partnership with them. As far as the Leicester project is concerned, basically, we opened as part of the 25th anniversary in October, towards the end, we opened the Organ Donation Information Office, which is unique because people need to go somewhere to ask questions. And this has been led by Bharat and Avril. Bharat and Avril are both living donors. Avril has given I mean, we haven't mentioned Erin, but she's also behind Bharat, who has actually given her kidney to Bharat. So they're both living organs. So, we were very fortunate that Lord Jitesh Gadia, the acting chairman of NHSBT, John Patel, and Professor Nilesh Samani, a local cardiologist who everybody knows. Those are very three renowned names. And the saint from Anupam Mission, Ashwin Dada, were there. And amongst various distinguished guests, MPs, local community leaders, everybody. So because we wanted this to go out to the public, what we are doing. So we had them there, and they officially opened the organ donation information office in Leicester. So that's where we got started.
Great. Pramod Bhai, I'm going to stop you there just for a second, because this obviously instigates a very interesting question in my mind, and something that we would like the audience to know. So this was obviously a need in the Asian community, shall we say, about knowledge for organ donation. Amazing point. But what was it that was specifically in your mind that made you and inspired you to embark on this particular activity of organ donation and the Jalaram Mandir Trust?
It's simple, Lalit Bhai. Bapa's ethos are to serve food. Now, in the Western world, people do not need food. Obviously, we are following the ethos by doing, the food service on a Sunday and all that. But I think this Angdan, which is a replacement, is kind of a service which we are providing. So we are following Bapa's ethos, but by promoting Angdan within the Asian community.
Perfect. So obviously this is Jalaram Bapa who has inspired you to do the seva that you are actually doing. Should it be, is that correct to understand that?
Yeah, that is correct.
Good. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, on the audience, this is one of the most inspiring things that a human being, when he is on earth, gets inspired by a saint who has given such wonderful principles in the Hindu community. So I would say an amazing reason to do that. Pramod Bhai, you decided to set up this office in Leicester and promoting the concept of organ donation. Now, how, in your way, I mean, I've heard you just say that you've had big political people in the right positions who are actually joining the wagon to say, hey, look, organ donation is a big thing. How else are you planning to let the mass media, mass world know about your project?
Well, as I said, it's, we are working in conjunction with John, where I'm also a chair. A vice chair, sorry about that. But basically what we are doing is jointly trying to find projects like, we're going to reach out to every Asian home in the next 6 months. Obviously, pandemic has not helped. Having said that, over the pandemic, we must have had 3 Zoom meetings like MINLA has doing to see what we can do. And we had an interesting Zoom meeting with on the world organ donation, when we brought in experts from Leicester, Dr. Peksha, we brought in experts from Rajkot, and we brought in an expert from NHSBT. The next big Zoom meeting we had was with, which was actually promoted by National Hindu Students, called ASHA. So what we've been doing is over the COVID period, we've been trying to promote this on Zoom. In addition to that, obviously, we go out on Leicester Radio. So the awareness is coming about. It's just bringing our people aware with statistics and all that as to why the Asians are falling behind.
Perfect. That's very nice, Pramod Bhai. Before I ask you one more question, and then I'm going to ask our lovely Bharat Bhai to come on, because we would love to hear. I'm going to interact, all 3 of us, with the questions. So if you, Minaben, if you can spotlight Bharat Bhai also. But before I go to Bharat Bhai to ask him the question, Pramod Bhai, my only question to you is, obviously we'll be talking a lot more on the organ donation side. But before I lose the trend of thought, how on this earth do you find so much time to do so much seva? Because you are not here, not there, you're everywhere. All of a sudden, I get a message on my phone, Lalit, I'm actually flying to Mumbai. And here you are, landed in the morning, and you're in the Zoom session with us. How do you manage your time?
Well, I think Bappa has actually probably selected me to help him with all these good causes. I mean,
But still, it's a lot of energy, a lot of planning, and hats off to you. There you go, for all the great work you do. So moving on to Bharat Bhai. Bharat Bhai is an amazing personality once again, who is a recipient of a kidney, who is a recipient also, I understand, of an eye. Is that correct, Bharat Bhai?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah. So who else can we hear from but the person who's actually received it and is on the receiving end? Now, Bharat Bhai, if you can briefly tell us your journey of what it was like before you got the organ donation and after. What was your life before and what is it now? With the kidney, please.
Okay, as you know, I'd like to thank MINLA for inviting me to this session. I'm going to link my own personal story to the session. Ladies and gentlemen, in the year 2001, I was taken to the Accidents and Emergency Department at the hospital in Leicester. And on admittance, my BP was found to be sky high. After a week of tests, I was told my kidneys, both of them had failed me, and they were working at a mere 24%. Ladies and gentlemen, prior to that, I had never ever been to a GP or a medical professional in all my life. I used to be a projects manager, and I used to do a lot of work in the African countries on projects financed by the World Bank, and I was living my life to the full. This news came as a major shock to me. My life was to change for the worse. Today, I pray to God that no other people should go through what I went through. In a couple of years after being detected, I was consuming 30 medicines a day merely to survive. So what does kidney failure involve? Chronic kidney failure is a very serious condition indeed, and the some symptoms I suffered from were mainly being lethargic. Lethargic means that although you want to do things, your body is in a state whereby you are unable to do anything. I suffered from breathlessness. I had sleeping difficulties at night, and I resorted to the use of sleeping tablets to get some keepers at night. My lifestyle was completely irregular, and I suffered from depression, both clinical and general depression as well. I was on a very severe diet, a diet in which a lot of foods were not allowed. If I wanted to eat something like a potato, I had to cook it twice before I could consume it. The kidney is the primary remover of waste from the body, and water in the body is a waste. So the body becomes bloated, and my legs retained water, so much so that I could not even walk. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to tell the renal team treating me or looking after me that you are merely keeping me alive for the sake of keeping me alive. There is no life in this body at all. From 2001 to 2008, my kidneys were then at a mere 4%. Further misery loomed when I was told that I had to go on dialysis. So what is dialysis? Dialysis is a method by which a machine takes up the work of your kidney. So when you're on dialysis, you have to attend each session lasting 4 hours, 3 times a week, 365 days a year for the rest of your life. ladies and gentlemen, I am aware, whilst in the UK, dialysis is available and it's free for all because of our NHS, that in the third world countries or in the developing countries, if one had kidney failure, dialysis facilities are simply not available or they are too poor.
Okay,
Private
Bharat Bhai, I'm going to stop you there for a second.
Okay.
As your, we would love to hear from you, which you have shared how your life was prior to organ donation, and now that you have received a kidney. Can I ask you, how many years has it been that you received your kidney?
I was on the organ donor waiting list from 2001 to 2008, but no offer of a kidney came through.
Okay, can I stop you there? How come it took 7 years for you to get a kidney?
Okay, when it comes to Asians and the BME population, kidneys are hard to come by because our people tend not to donate organs. So when you need an organ for transplant, because of blood group and tissue type matches, you are most likely to get an organ from your own kind. So due to lack of donation.
Okay, Bharat Bhai has frozen on the screen. Bharat Bhai, bear with me 1 second. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so, okay, I take your point that it is in the Asian community or the BAME community. So that's the blacks, ethnic minorities, Asians in that community. However, one of the main things is you need to get the right tissue type and the blood organ type. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. And that is
Okay.
likely to come from your own kind.
Correct. So if you are an Asian, it's easier to, if you are, you need an Asian kidney, very likely to match your body type, tissue type, organ type.
That is
So,
right,
yeah. So it took you 7 years. Was it because you couldn't find the right kidney, or was it because there wasn't enough available to find from?
There is not enough available to find from. All the kidneys go to the organ donor register and they are matched with the nearest, they're matched by a computer to the nearest match. Unfortunately, my match never came through.
Okay, so is this a common thing? Is it just you who took 7 years to find a kidney, or is this a common running theme amongst the Asian, the black, and the ethnic minorities?
It is a common running thing amongst the black and Asian minorities.
Correct. Now, Pramod Bhai, if I shift this question to you, you have very kindly said that the chairperson and the lady Kirit Bhai Modi and I believe Rekha Ben from Jodh are also with you. So you guys have taken on this mission, and I'd like to say welcome to the Zoom session, Kirit Bhai and Rekha Ben. So that's very kind of you to be here with us.
Sorry, Prafula Ben.
Prafula Ben, my apologies. Sorry, Prafula Ben and Kirit Bhai. So welcome on the MINLA Zoom session on behalf of Meena Ben and myself too. So you guys have taken on this project to obviously promote a lot of awareness amongst the Asian community, particularly the projects you are involved in. So my question to you is how, Pramod Bhai, how exactly have you done this at the Jalaram Trust at Leicester? What are the facilities you're offering the audience on large or the people at large? How can they come forward? How can you spread the information to them? What have you been doing at the Jalaram Mandir?
Well, the NHSBT and Jordan produced a lot of leaflets in Gujarati and various languages. These are offered there. Obviously, we have a large foot flow coming through the temple. I mean, during Jalaram Jayanti, so they all walk in through there. Bharat has also offering them free blood pressure checks, etc. So what we do is we try and encourage them, and sort of there's a lot of information. We've got video screens there which talks about organ donation. I mean, it's the foot flow that obviously during COVID it's been difficult, but as of late we are finding more and more people are coming in. like during Jalaram Jayanti, we basically made an announcement that everybody has to be an organ donor, and we went through the whole reasons why. And there was a lot of uptake. So we have a registrar there, and people do. We are finding that there's, with the support of George and what pressures we have, not pressures, but the information that our people need, we are offering it to them. And the other thing we are doing is, obviously within the Asians, obviously there's a taboo about trying to. We are saying, please open up, discuss it with your families, discuss it with, because the problem with the law is technically you are opt-in unless you opt out. But towards the end of life, we are finding that there are issues when families do get involved and say, no, you can't take the organ away. So one of the things George has been doing, and there have been clips which have, where families have been discussing. So we are encouraging families to discuss within themselves, and the youngsters and the elderly people to virtually understand what the law is all about, so that towards the end, the organ is available for transplant.
Brilliant. So Pramod bhai, that's a very, very good and a very interesting way of dealing with the population. We are doing it from the Jalaram Mandir. The Jod is also promoting so many leaflets that are going out. In terms of the funding for actually promoting such an activity, if I may ask, and if that's a viable question, obviously every project needs funding. So how are we getting the funding and to promote this particular activity?
Initially, obviously, on the Jalaram Mandir, we spend the capital costs, etc. But we did get a grant of 10,000. And Kirit Bhai, if you don't mind, Kirit Bhai would be appropriately placed to answer this.
Actually, can I restrict this just to the speakers for today's seminar? That would be great. So I will go back to Kirit Bhai, but if we can currently just restrict it to the speakers on the Zoom for the three speakers.
So 2 years ago, we did get a grant of £10,000. There is a bid process which has been applied for. So we did get a grant for various sectors, which we are using that towards, including a play on organ donation, which we could not effectively host because of COVID reasons, but that's coming up in March. So ourselves and the MAPs have been getting grants have got grants on this in the past. Recently, there's another bid where we actually went out to our other Asian communities like the Lohana and groups who did not know about it and said, why don't you join? So created by Prafulla Ben have been very supportive of that. So we've been advising other groups to join in because there is grant money available. Obviously, it's quite a stringent bidding process and all that. So we've all applied for another £10,000. And the results will be known in April for different sections.
Wonderful. So we are getting some good grant money to do all this, to promote it amongst our Asian community and for them to become more like donors. So one of the chat box messages we just received from a world-renowned homeopath from India, he said, Dr. Batra says he has already donated his organs. What an amazing personality. And this is something that we all need to be more proactive in our community, to be doing such things. Obviously, the work that Pramod Bhai and the Jod, Kirit Bhai, Prafulla Ben and everybody is doing is to promote this in our own community. But for who? For the benefit of us. Because we are the ones who are going to, if we need an organ, then we need it quick. As we hear from Bharat Bhai, 7 years was a misery without a kidney. Yeah. And once you get, and what an amazing life that changed for him after getting his own kidney. And now he's dedicating his life to the works of people, other people getting the benefit of it. So, Pramod Bhai, my question to you, geared towards first to you, and then I'll ask the same question to Bharat Bhai. Why do you think the BAME community is not as informed or not as aware, or why are they so reluctant in organ donation?
As I said from the beginning, that this is the first thing we picked up. And the religion, I mean, there's nothing in religion which says, all the saints, all the religious leaders have put out videos. There's nothing, it's a big myth within a Hindu community. You should not be donating organs. I mean, once you are gone, you are gone. what's the use of your organs? It's all going to be ashes. So these are the sort of messages we are slowly trying to put out to our community. I mean, the George put out a wonderful video during the Diwali celebrations in Trafalgar Square. So we are trying to reach our public and say, look, come on, let's all get together and work on it. And slowly, I got some statistics here, which I got from NHSBT recent statistics.
Please share them with us. Yeah, please
sure.
share the statistics with us. Yes.
Do you mind if I share? So this is the recent report in 2021. This is from April to March 21. I'll just read out a few things. Yeah.
Yes, please.
The last 12 months has been most challenging in our history due to the COVID pandemic. The whole of NHS has been put under intense pressure, and the effects were also seen in the organ donation and transplant. Despite this, there's still overall decline in organ donation and transplant impacting on both living and deceased organ. Last year, there were 1,180 deceased organs in the UK, and 8.4% of them came from the Black, Asian, and mixed race minority ethnic communities. Over the year, we saw a total of 146 donors from Black and Asian community, 84 deceased donors, and 62 living donors. This constitutes only a 25% reduction in deceased donors and 65% reduction in living donors. Overall, there's been an improvement in waiting time for transplants for ethnic minorities, which has been because of all these campaigns which George has been doing. Where the Black patients are waiting still almost a year longer than a kidney transplant compared with white patients. So we are having to wait a year longer. 1 year after being listed for kidney transplant, 35% of white Asians have received a transplant, whilst it still remains that around 6% have died waiting for an organ. Now, this is, these are the statistics which we are trying to reach and say, look. So this obviously shows the continued imbalance between the need for transplants in Black and Asian community and availability of the used organ. In total, when approached about organ donation, families agreed to only 39%, 39.5% families agreed to support donations going ahead, compared to 69% white people. So, from 39.5%, we want to get it to as close as 69%. And this is what all the campaign is about. Despite the challenges, this is interesting. Yeah, you don't mind me just saying this, yeah? Despite the challenges of last year, it is reassuring to see that there has been an increase in the proportion of opt-out in registration from Black and Asian communities added to the NHS organ donation register. Over the past 5 years, from 6.8% opt-out in 2016-17, it's gone up to 9.2% in 2021. And I think it's slowly getting there, but we need to get to that 100%. We Asians should not have to wait. Should not have to wait as long as the, and we're trying to get them as close to that as possible. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that these are amazing statistics that you have shared with us. We need to make sure that our community, Asian community, becomes good donors so that we don't have to wait. And again, from one question that still comes up, do you think it is still just the religion or the Hindu faith that people think, or it's a myth? Or are there any other reasons why Asians are not coming forward for organ donation? Or do you think it's only the Hindu myth?
I think it's partly the myth. The religion we've taken care of, and from time to time, we will make sure that the Hindu leaders, when they come back on scene, they do speak about it. So half the battle is won, because we, from our point of view, it's the Hindu religion. Then the Hindu culture. In the past, it's a difficult one because we are having to deal with elderly people and the youngsters. the youngsters do understand it. So we're trying to get them together and talk about it and start. And all the statistics, we are producing them on various videos, clips, everything. Obviously, there have been a lot of videos which John have created, which are in public. We've got an excellent website, which anybody can visit. So the momentum is certainly there to make sure that we can help out the communities as much as possible. And this is all done on voluntary basis with the help of John.
Sure, that's amazing. Thank you, Pramod Bhai. That's a fair share that you have given us. What I would like to ask Bharat Bhai, having received a kidney, Bharat Bhai, it took you 7 years to get that kidney. Now, did you get that kidney from a source that you knew? Okay, just bear with me 1 second. Can you shut the door, please? It's one from a source that you knew, or is it from an unknown source?
Okay, I never got the kidney from the organ donor register. I got what is called a living donor kidney. My partner, who is Scottish, of white origin and is Scottish, got tested, and it was like a dream come true when we were told that she is capable of donating a kidney to me, because I was very well aware that she being Scottish, I was not going to get the right blood group and tissue type matches. So I got a living donor kidney from Avril in 2008. The transplant was a huge success. My kidneys were functioning at 90%, over which it was not measured. My creatine was 72. That is a baby's. Thank you.
Okay, so that's amazing. And so you know who your kidney donor is. Is that correct?
Yes, my wife, yes. It was
Yes,
my wife.
exactly. So is this common? Is this something that commonly happens within the families that they donate if they have to and if they match? And most times, do they know who the donor is?
A lot of kidneys, yes. I mean, when it comes to living donation is completely separate from getting a kidney from the register. So living donors are most likely to come from within your own family, your greater family, and they are people that you know. And this is something families have to consider, because as I said to you earlier, that living with kidney disease is very, very difficult indeed. In fact, it's a life worth not living. So many people go along taking that option. But I can also say that when it comes to the BAME communities, they are very reluctant to have their own people donate organs, or rather wait for a kidney from the register because it is not from the family. They would not like to risk the family.
Is it a risk for donating one organ to your family member?
A lot of people think it is a risk. To me, there is no risk at all, as far as I am concerned. Everybody has 2 kidneys, and if you donate one of your kidneys, you will continue to live your life pretty much as normal. The other kidney will take up the function of the kidney that you have donated. So as far as I am concerned, there is no risk at all. In Leicester, I can categorically tell you that from 1998 up to now, no donor has ever suffered at all. So to me, the risk factors are pretty minimal. And before they even take a kidney, your body will be checked 100%. And transplant would not go ahead if the team found that there was any risk at all.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody knows that the chat box is open, and if there's any questions you wish to pose on, please put them on the chat box. I will read them as we read the Dr. Batra's comment about his organs. Bharat Bhai, my next question to you would be, you have had this new kidney for how many years now?
I had the operation in 2008. So this is my 13th year.
13th year, and the lovely lady who donated the kidney is sitting with you, I understand?
Yes, she is. She can have a small.
Yes. There you go. So maybe if you want to keep your phone position properly so we can see you as a speaker, we need to see you properly, and we can also see Avril who's there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lovely. Thank you very much for being on board with us and sharing your story about kidney donation and the kidney recipient. Thank you. And for 13 years, ladies and gentlemen, neither the donor nor the recipient has any ill effects. So there is one living example that we can share here. That's amazing. Thank you. Now, my next question will probably be geared towards both of you, Pramod Bhai and Bharat Bhai, and I'll ask Pramod Bhai to answer this question first. Before I say that, we are so delighted to have the Lohana Mahaparishad young chairperson of the younger youth wing, Mr. Chintan Vasani, all the way from India. So thank you for joining with us. Pramod Bhai, the question goes this way. There is a lot of medical tourism going on. People want to go abroad and get a kidney or buy a kidney. And what are your thoughts about that? And is it legal? Is it the right thing to do? What's your thought on that?
I would not like to comment on it much, but generally, I think if one can get an organ in the United Kingdom, it's better than traveling abroad to buy a kidney. And I'm not sure about the international organ donation thing at all.
Okay.
And the implications it would have in your life, because you would not be in India all the time.
Yes. And the same question being posed to Bharat Bhai. Bharat Bhai, when you were not getting a kidney for 7 years, or there are people who are on a long wait list, do they search out for these things? And what is the consequences of it, if you may share with us, so that the audience knows what to do?
Okay, first of all, I'd like the audience to know that buying and selling of organs in the United Kingdom is against the law. It is not allowed. I believe in India, the same applies. You cannot buy or sell your organs, but trading does take place on the black market. You see, with kidney disease, when you are suffering, one would basically do anything to get their life back. Being on dialysis 3 times a week, 4 hours each time, is not a life where somebody wants to live. So they would try their level best to get a kidney from somewhere. In the United Kingdom, they will only get a kidney if it comes from the organ donor register, and that is through the goodwill of someone somewhere who donated organs. That's why you are getting that organ. I know of people here who do go to places like India, China, Pakistan to get kidneys. When I was suffering with renal problems, I did explore this topic, and I can categorically let you know that in 2008, in Pakistan, you could get a kidney for the sum of about $50,000 US. There was a company advertising on the internet itself. They would actually pick you up from the airport, do your transplant, and put you back on the plane. In India, donation does take place. However, I don't know if anybody was going to India, but I know that black market donation, there's a lot of black market that goes on in India, and in China as well, it goes on. In India, I think that if you go to the bigger cities, the costs are higher, probably somewhere in the region of £50,000 now for the whole procedure. Probably in some of the rural centers, costs might be a bit lower. Personally, I would not recommend this because this is not government approved. And when it comes to getting a kidney, you as an individual will never know whether the kidney you are getting has got the same blood group and tissue type matches of yours. You will never be able to ascertain that. And secondly, getting a kidney is not the only thing. That somebody or some team has to keep that kidney working after you have got it. So aftercare is very important. So, but in the United Kingdom, if you do get a kidney from India, because you are a British citizen, they've got no choice except to offer you that after treatment. But I would not recommend it at all. And in a lot of cases, the kidneys could fail after a short period of time because the procedure has not been done properly.
Thank you. Thank you, Bharat Bhai. We've just received a wonderful chat box message from Kirit Bhai Modi, who's saying that UK is initiating a project for all the Commonwealth countries to support each other by sharing expertise on organ donation. This will be launched at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022. Kirit Bhai, thank you for that information. And look, there is some move towards helping the human race. And I think if the Commonwealth countries are coming together to discuss this, this is an amazing news to share. Thank you very much. Because yes, it is illegal. Yes, there is organ black market going on. And when it's a question of one's life, people will pay anything to do that. So it is a very interesting topic. And if Commonwealth is going to come up with something, this is great. One of the other chat box messages that we've got from a lovely person called Naina Poppert says, I have signed up to donate my organs. What better than donating your organs when you don't need them after you have left the heavenly abode? Would give someone else and their family a better life. What a noble thought. And I wish if we could all think that way, that once we have left our body, the organs are of no use anyway, but somebody can get a life out of it. Some parents can enjoy their children more. Some children can enjoy their parents more. And why can't we do that? What a strong message. Pramod Bhai, again, I know you have said that the Hindu religious faith leaders are saying, yes, there is nothing in the Shastras or the texts written, but we want the Asian community to be really proactive and promote this and have a lot more people signing up on the organ donation list. I know you said you have a list at the Leicester Mandir. Anything for the London people or around England that we can do this?
Well, Kirit Bhai and ourselves did organize Zoom meetings with various Asian communities, and we are making them aware, because if community leaders are aware of it, then they can pass it on to the large communities. So, there is a drive which we've started, and we've been encouraging a lot of different Asian groups to join us. We have a core group of almost 22 different people besides the 5 trustees. So, the core group is extending it and extending. So, that way, hopefully we should be getting to the target. Because we can only delegate, and I mean, we cannot be everywhere, but, and through MINLA, we would like support of this. As I suggested, we would in February have another Zoom with George Group, yeah?
Absolutely, yes. Just to make sure that we know exactly what's going on. And my question to you would also be that so we are doing this for the people who are actually visiting the temples, and we've got a lot of media coverage on this. Anything that's being done for universities or schools or anything like that?
Yeah, in fact, the National Hindu Students Union, one of the members is part of the JOD, and through the National Hindu Students Union, we are trying to, outreach to the students as well, all the Asians. And as I said, during COVID, Asha did organize an excellent Zoom when we had a very large response from students.
Wonderful, because it's the younger generation. If they have been told and informed, obviously they'd be more proactive, more open to this concept of Angadan. So again, I'll pose this question to both of you once again. Pramod Bhai, first with yourself. So when it comes to organ donation, people think of two things. People think of a kidney donation or eye donation. What are some of the other organs that you guys have come across that people need or are in donating besides the eyes and the kidneys? Pramod bhai, first with you.
Yeah, we had a young lady whom we worked on Jalaram Jayanti worldwide when we were supporting the NHS frontline. There's a lady called Leela Kesha. Now, she passed away donating 6 of her organs. Her husband is also promoting the organ donation initiative, Kesh, and Manoj Keshav is his name. But you can come in on the different organs which can be donated here.
Yeah, so Lalit Bhai, besides the kidneys and the eyes, lungs can be donated, liver can be donated, small bowel can be donated, pancreas can be donated. That is organs that can be donated. But besides organs, tissues can be donated as well. So ligaments, skin, the cornea of the eye, and there's a lot of other body parts, even like bones can be donated. In India, I believe that up to 18 different pieces of both organs and tissues are donated. But in the United Kingdom, to do with important. Eye is there, lungs, pancreas, small bowel, liver. Liver is another important organ. So these are the donatable organs. And Dr. Lalit, I'd just like to make one point to the public today, if I may. In the Asian community or in the Hindus, I'd like to say that when we perform the last rites, Antim Sanskar, we all know that we come back with a loto full of ashes. So make no mistake, your organs are actually turned into ashes. So therefore, the question of these organs going to another life, to me, the question does not arise. You have lived your life. We are asking for organs at the end of your life when you no longer need them. And I think, Hindus should take part in An Seva at the end of their life by donating their organs. Because of your actions, somebody might be able to breathe again, somebody might be able to see again. Someone like myself, who was a dead person, was literally a dead person, living dead person, got his life back. So imagine, and you are more likely to need an organ rather than donate one. And also, you need to die in circumstances in which you can donate organs. Not every human being can donate an organ. You have to die in an ICU environment where the teams actually declare you brain dead or circulatory dead. Once they've decided that, then they can harvest your organs. So if you die at home, the question of donation does not come in because the organs have been taken in a certain period of time.
Good. So that was a good eye-opener that who can actually be a donor. So I know you have done a lot of research, a lot of work. So my question to you would be, Bharat bhai, can old people donate their organs or do they have to be younger generation?
Okay. In terms of organ donation, age is immaterial.
Okay.
The oldest living donor, the oldest deceased donor I know of was probably around 82 years old. And an interesting fact is, let me tell you about the youngest donor. The youngest recorded donor was a little baby who was with us just for 2 hours. After 2 hours, she donated 6 of her organs and left us all. And all those 6 people who got her organs are surviving today. So she was on this world for just 2 hours. So age is immaterial.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's an amazing piece of information. But in 2 hours of her birth, parents made the decision that the baby is not going to live any longer. So let's donate the organs. Is that how it went?
Yes, the parents actually knew from beforehand the baby might not survive, and they'd taken that decision. So that was the youngest recorded donor.
Now, would that be a Hindu faith person or a different faith?
Sorry?
Would that be a Hindu person who did that or a different
No,
faith?
it was an English lady, English couple.
Sure, sure. It's just to see what the thought processes are for different communities. That's why I asked you that question.
Yeah. No, in that instance, it was a white couple, an English couple.
Sure, sure. So my question again to both of you would be, we know that the Asian community or the BAME community needs organs more than the white community, if we may say. Why is that a difference? Why would a white person need less of the organ than the Asian person? What is it, according to your knowledge, your research, or why we are promoting it in the BAME community? What do you think is the main reason for that we need more than they do? Pramod bhai?
Yeah, basically the match is more likely to be within the Asian community for Asians, Hence, we need more Asian donors to not opt out and stay opt-in. The chances of organ match, as Bharat explained, it's quite a procedure. It's not the clinical trials, the hospitals absolutely have different sections who decide whether the match is right. And hence, it is absolutely important that the Asians support more Asians that are dying and give them no organs. I think the match works out better that way than the white communities. Good. Yeah. Well,
Okay, Lalit bhai, if I can just come in here, yeah. In terms of kidneys and heart, yeah, I'd like to let the audience know that diabetes and hypertension are the two main conditions which cause kidney failure. 90% of kidney failure is associated with diabetes and hypertension. Unfortunately, our people suffer a lot more than white people when it comes to diabetes and hypertension. The ratio is 1 to 4. Whilst one person from the white community might get diabetes or hypertension, 4 of ours would get that. Hence, in the United Kingdom, 31% of the population waiting for organs is made up of BAME communities. Yet, when it comes to organ donation, there are few and far between. So our people need to wake up and respond to the call for organ donation.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies. I got logged out. I don't know why, but I just heard the tail end of Bharat Bhai's that 1 to 4 ratio, white people to the BAME community, the Asian community, that 4 out of the 1 to 4 ratio that we suffer more with hypertension and with diabetes. So we then need the need for organs is more in the BAME community. So yes, because the need is there, because we are genetically more predisposed to these two conditions, we do need more donors coming in. And just another chat box message that came through before I got logged out was Rekha's iPad that says, my husband and I have both registered on organ donation register. Every donor is precious. Please register your wish on the organ donation list. Pramod bhai, I think this is working quite good that the viewers are already commenting on it, that they're doing this. We need, and Pramod bhai's mission is obviously not just Pramod bhai, he's working very hard, but he's working for all of the Asian community with Jodh. They want more and more Asian donors to register. So ladies and gentlemen, an amazing conversation between a Samaj Sevak, a entrepreneur, and actually a patient who has received amazing kidney and is surviving so much well than he did before. Pramod bhai, before we move on to the next section, one burning message that you would like to share with the audience?
Most important message is to discuss this amongst your families at a dinner table. And and make everybody understand. The young can explain to the elderly about the statistics and why it's necessary. I think it's basically leave them certain. There's a video in our Jod website, which is going around. Leave them certain, make sure that you discuss with your family members.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pramod Bhai. A very, very important point so that the family is not left at chance to do it. Very important point, Pramod Bhai, you brought on. Discuss it now with your family, because when you are unwell or ill, you don't know what to do. So discuss it now. Bharat Bhai, one final burning message that you would like to give to the audience.
Okay. I'd like to talk about Seva. Seva is an integral part of what we do in life. And in this case, when you are donating organs.
Bharat Bhai, can I stop you there, please? Bharat Bhai, just one sec. We cannot, because your hand is covering the phone. The audience may not be able to see you very clearly, and your phone is moving around a lot, so there is no consistency there. If we can position the phone in a way where it's not disturbed, so that we can both see you and hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to talk about Seva. I
Go
would like
ahead.
to start saying that Bapa.
Okay, Meena Ben, are we experiencing the network issues with
was
Bharat Bhai?
involved in to provide food for the needy. Sorry?
Go ahead, Bharat Bhai, we can hear you now.
Okay. So Jalaram Bapa was involved in providing food for the needy. And that is what he became well known for some 200 years ago. And what he set up is all over the world today. There are 250 temples around the world providing food seva to people. Now, Ang Seva is a seva as well, but it is seva of a different kind. Now, what I do not understand is why do Asians do not participate in Ang Seva. When it comes to monetary donation, Asians will go and give money to whatever cause they wish to support to, but they do not participate in Ang Seva. And my appeal would be to everyone to take part in Ang Seva. Ang Seva is the ultimate seva, and it is the ultimate gift mankind can give to a fellow human being. Let the world be a better place by participating in organ donation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bharat Bhai. One final question that has popped up on the chat box. A lovely lady says she is, well, they've enjoyed the very informative session. So thanks to Bharat Bhai, Pramod Bhai. And the lady asks, she suffers from polio. Can she donate an organ?
I am not in a position to answer that question. I can look into it. And if she does leave her contacts in the inbox, I'll be able to reply to her at a later stage. But
perfect. Thank you very much, Bharat Bhai.
Right
but
now,
what I would certainly say is, Nalini Ben, that's a message from yourself. I would definitely consult with my family doctor and ask them, because they will also have a very good answer to this. And also, Bharat Bhai can come back to us on this particular question. Ladies and gentlemen, with every interesting topic, the time flies very fast, and we are fast approaching the end of our session. But before we end our session, this is the time for the famous MINLA rapid fire round. So Bharat Bhai, Pramod Bhai, I have a list of about 18 questions, and I'm going to split them between the two of you. These are questions that are rapid question and a very rapid answer. May I kindly request not to expand on the sentences too much, but if your message is short and sweet, that is what we want to hear in the rapid fire round. So are we okay, Pramod Bhai? Are we okay to go ahead with this rapid fire round?
Yeah, go on.
Go, okay, Bharat Bhai, are we okay?
Yeah.
And Bharat Bhai, once again, please keep your phone steady because it's causing a lot of, and your hand is directly on the phone, so half of you is being hidden. Yeah, if we can position the phone properly so that there is no disturbance. Thank you. We'll begin the rapid fire round on the MINLA Zoom session. Pramod Bhai and Bharat Bhai. So the first question goes to Bharat Bhai. Organ donation.
It's a must for every Hindu.
Thank you. Pramod Bhai, the next question, Jalaram Bapa.
Leads the way on organ donation.
Bharat Bhai, Hindu Dharma.
Can you repeat that?
Hindu Dharma, the Hindu religion. Okay, Bharat Bhai is gone. Pramod Bhai, may I pose the same question to you?
Yeah. Hindu Dharma believes in seva, so Angdan is kind of seva.
Absolutely. So on the same note, because Bharat Bhai has muted his video or has gone off the video, I'm going to pose the question to you, Pramod Bhai. Manav Seva.
Manav seva, organ donation is seva. It's a service to human beings.
Very true. The COVID-19 pandemic, Pramod Bhai.
Very difficult times for everybody, including the NHSBT, who've been working very hard on this.
Correct. I believe somehow or the other Bharat Bhai has logged off. So I will conduct this rapid round with you, Pramod Bhai. Yeah. Tell us what does the word health mean to you?
Health is all about keeping your bodies healthy and well to be able to donate.
Thank you. Lester Jalaram Mandir.
Is promoting initiatives besides religious initiatives. Yeah, okay, we are doing religion work there, but we are promoting more community work, which includes organ donation.
Perfect. The town of Virpur.
Jalaram Bapa's birthplace.
Social media.
Tremendous force to reach out to various communities.
The most common organ for donation.
Kidney.
Okay, so here is a question I'm going to ask you. Anna Seva versus Anga Seva.
Ang seva.
Anga meaning organ, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Correct. Okay, the biggest gift one could give to another human being.
Organ donation.
They are all related to organ donation, Prabhat, but that's so nice.
Sorry, I'm promoting that in a big way.
Absolutely, and we absolutely want to do that too. That's why I asked you these questions. Pramod Bhai, your ultimate goal
is to ensure that we all reach the targets, like the white target, so we don't have to wait for, the Asians don't have to wait for their organs in donating.
Okay, and one final message, Pramod Bhai, for the audience that's live today, not only on Zoom, but on Facebook and other media platforms. One final message from you.
Please help us in this drive. We're all promoting it. There's a Jod website which you all can visit, and there's a lot of information on it.
Yeah. My apologies. I'm on a high street location in my clinic, and there is a car that just zoomed by, and I bet you heard all that noise. So sorry about that. Wonderful message, Pramod Bhai. Pramod Bhai is crying out for help, not for himself, but for us. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you are with us on Zoom or on Facebook or on other media platforms, this help is for us. There is no selfish desire for Pramod Bhai. So his final message is help him to help others is the main thing. Pramod Bhai, the last question. Dr. Lalit Sora's rapid fire round.
Wonderful, wonderful. I know you started this just during the COVID time. Excellent Zoom sessions, and Minaben, and we've been working on other things as well. And this is a wonderful way of getting people together and carry on the good work. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for participating on the MINLA Zoom session round. Unfortunate that due to network issues, probably Bharat Bhai got logged off, but we have wonderful association with Pramod Bhai. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, my main reason to have these two speakers was to inform us about organ donation and what Jalaram Mandir is doing. Now, our next future session with our wonderful speakers who are in audience today, Kirit Bhai, Modi and Prafula Ben, and in conjunction with Pramod Bhai, we are going to bring up a session particularly with what the Jodh Association organization is doing for us and for the people. Hence, I was quite wanting to make this a very special presentation. When we bring Kirit Bhai and Prafula Ben on board, we want their knowledge with us. So Pramod Bhai, we must plan. Kirit Bhai is here. We can all talk backstage and decide on a date, and we must talk about this because we want to join your bandwagon and spread this message of organ donation. Ladies and gentlemen, we've already had a message from a Pushpa Ben Madhwani. Please contact Meena Ben or Pramod Bhai for further information. You guys have emails, addresses, probably mobile numbers. Obviously, they will guide you in what needs to be done. Pramod Bhai, final message?
Yeah, well, thanks a lot to Meena Ben and Lalit Bhai for conducting such a wonderful show. Obviously, as you said, this is a prelude to the Jodh MINLA, which we should be having soon. And we need to spread the word around. Thank you very much for helping us.
Thank you, Pramod Bhai. Thank you for assisting us on this particular Zoom. Despite your flight to India and you're there and you've logged in with us within 24 hours, we really thank you for that. Bharat Bhai, unfortunately, got logged off halfway through. So we would like to thank you very much also. Pramod Bhai, I know you've said your vote of thanks, but since the speaker has arrived again, could you finalize your vote of thanks and then I'll move on to Meena Ben.
Yeah. I would like to really thank Meena Ben, Agram from Nakuru, obviously Bharat and my city, and Lalit Bhai from London. Tremendous work you are doing. I know this MINLA Zoom has worked very well during the COVID period on various interesting topics. And I hope and pray that you will help us through your MINLA Zoom to promote this. The more we reach out, the better it is. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lalit Bhai.
Thank you. Thank you, Meena Ben. You are the lady who starts the session. You are the lady who ends the session. So may I request Meena Ben to unmute and say her final vote of thanks on behalf of MINLA. May I say this lady has just had an eye surgery done yesterday and she is on the Zoom today. Can you imagine her determination to inspire the whole world? So Meena Ben, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pramod Bhai. Thank you, Bharat Bhai. Habari Azioni. Good evening, friends. Jai Jalaram Bapa. This is my pleasant and humble duty to end this session with the heartiest thank you to Jalaram Mandir, Leicester, and our Nakuru sons, trustees, Pramod Bhai Thakkar. My big thank you to our another Nakuru son, Bharat Bhai Patel. Very informative talk. I should say eye-opening. Thank you, beautiful souls. Asandi Sana to all the viewers on Facebook Live and those who have joined us live on Zoom. Before I say last thank you, I would like to add that in Nakuru, 99% of the people always pledge their eyes, but this is a hard work of last about more than 35 years educating them. And Dr. Mukesh Joshi was the first one to operate in Nakuru, and he's still doing it free of charge. Can't end my thank you without saying big thank you to my cute cousin, Dr. Lalit Soda, and my co-host, Eli Bhai. Come this side. Yeah, here is him. Eli is doing business administration and he's still studying and helping me. He really enjoyed. Thank you all. Asandi Sana, Koheri, Jai Jalaram. Before, we will unmute everybody just now and put you on the gallery view. You can, for next 5 minutes, ask any question or say thank you to the speaker and Pramod Bhai. Thank you.
Thank you, Meena Ben. Before we start that, I want the audience to know that in 2 weeks' time, MINLA Zoom session brings the laughter dose. How healthy it is to have laughter in our life. We are going to be sharing with Dr. Avni Vyas all the way from Rajkot, and she's going to come and inspire us with her story of life and share some laughter with us. So stay tuned, stay connected. In 2 weeks' time, same place, same time.